Welcome traders to this week's analysis of gold XAUUSD. Thanks for joining me here. My name is Vic. So let's see what gold has been doing on monthly time frame because we are starting a new month. So let's remind ourselves where we are standing right now and what could have been happening. So if you remember, if you have been following my analysis since last year, I've been analyzing and trading gold. So what we have right now is actually this sort of situation here. The market actually, went higher, created all-time high on gold, and then started to take a little bit of correction on this. So on monthly time frame, what we have right now is a correction on this previous, move that happened in 2020. Okay, this was the coronavirus candle, around here. A lot of uncertainty was there, and that's why the market kept on going up and down. But in the middle of this entire noise, what you can notice that market has actually created a simple W pattern here, WFCB pattern here, and that means the market was expected to fall and reach a certain area, and that area is nothing but a Fibonacci number and the mid of this Bollinger Band, which is confluencing nicely. So that is why I've been taking shorts from 2070. My bias has been bearish from 2070 level all the way to 1681 level here. And it has reached that particular target. And since then, I've been, my bias has been bullish on gold. So right now, as you can see, the market on monthly time frame has just finished the gold as bullish month. And this is looking like a very strong candle here. However, the looks can be deceiving because in this case, there can be a little bit of movement down. There can be one a 1 month down period as well. It may be this month in May, or it can be in the month of June as well. So it's quite possible that we can get a one candle bearish candle either this month or next month here. But this is looking like a very strong candle, looks like an engulfing monthly candle. That means I'm bullish on gold. I've been bullish on gold because it has reached this level here, 1680 level here, and also touched the monthly 20 MA, which is 20 bit of the Bollinger Band as well. And that is why I changed my bias from here. As soon as hit my target, I changed my bias to bullish. So I'm expecting gold to rise higher, but you should trade what you see, not exactly what you have, kind of the kind of bias that you might have. So what we can also see that market is creating an M pattern here, and when M pattern completes, the market goes up, and that's why it is moving up. So what we can do is we can actually just say where it could be going to. So if I draw Fibonacci from all the way to this level all the way to this place here, I can see that market could be reaching near about 1829 level or so, 1829 to 1840 level or so. That is quite a possibility, but it may take few months. Don't worry about this noise, because I've drawn the levels on lower time frames. That's why this is all showing up like that. We'll come to that in a second. So what we can see is market could be reaching somewhere around this particular area if the market starts to go higher. But for that to happen, it will have to go through this level, which is again mid of the Bollinger Band, and that is coinciding nicely with near about 1820 level or so. But we also have this 1800 down number. So these are all the the factors that we'll have to focus on right now, because the market could actually go higher to to these levels and then fall back down and then start to go back up. So something like this can happen. That's one of the scenarios that we have. Another scenario that we have is that market falls down to a level, which we'll see in a second, and then start to go up, then come back down, and then go back up, right? So something like this. Ultimately, in all the cases, long-term bias is still bullish, and medium-term bias is still bullish. On the long-term side, as I mentioned, they are right on monthly time frame. What we have right now is actually a W pattern, right? And this has reached its first profit target. Now the second profit target is going to be near about 1500 something, around this particular level here, near about 1580 or something like that. So that may also come back, the gold can go higher, reach its profit target near about 1840 level that I just mentioned, near about that level or so, and then come back down into this level of 1600, 1580 level or so. So that is also a possibility. But over, like, if you're looking for a position in gold, or if you're buying it, like, for investment purposes, then I think in my opinion, and again, this is not a financial advice, again, this is just an opinion. In my opinion, gold is still bullish, so this is a good time to buy. But you should also be aware of, like, that 1580 or 1600 level or so. Like, if it reaches there, then I mean, that's also a good buy area for gold. So let's go to the weekly time frame. On weekly time frame, what we see that market came down, performed a double bottom here, and then started to go higher. And this is still actually hanging right there. I am little concerned about this particular level, which is 1638. And that is why I'm saying, like, if it starts to go down, then it won't probably even start at 1638, stop at 1638. It can fall down to 1580 level or so, and then can go back up. Because you can see we also have another M pattern forming, which is like this. And the market can actually complete that M pattern somewhere around here. Right now, what's happening is that these are all the structures that it could be forming. This is the one that I was just talking about, right? So it could be just going right there. So this is the movement that we should be aware of in the next week or the next month. Okay, so let's focus on that and come to the daily time frame. On daily time frame, if I just remove this, market has come to this vertical moving average and hit the Bollinger Band, mid of the Bollinger Band, and started to go higher. You will also see that this is actually the previous structure level around here, which coincided with confluence nicely with the mid of the Bollinger Band, and that's why I started to go a little bit higher. But I'm expecting it to fall down further down to near about this level or so before it starts to go higher. Now, this is what can happen in few days' time, right? This sort of movement, downward movement, can happen in few days' time. But for now, if you're trading on short-term time frame, let's say 4 hour or daily time frame, or on even smaller time frame, then they can be an upward scenario as well. Because you see the market came to what a moving average and then started to go higher, and this is looking like a very strong candle right now. On Friday, it kept on, like, going up and down in range. Now it finished, like, very strongly, so I can expect market to go a little bit higher. I should also point out to another scenario that the market could be creating head and shoulders, so this is still valid, and the neckline is somewhere around here. This one has not been broken yet. The market tried, went back up, and still closed above this. This is the level, the structure level, which actually became the support. But I am looking for this yellow moving average, which is 200 moving average. That is also a possibility. Market can come down, and that is where our first profit target of this bigger W pattern is. Let me just quickly show you what I mean. So this is the one that I was just talking about. This is the W pattern, and when W pattern completes, the market goes down. So it has possibility of actually falling down a little bit near about 1740 something level, and then it is expected to go higher. But one thing is there, as I mentioned, there is 1800 level, which is very, very close, right? So we have to be careful with that, because that can actually pull the price even before it falls down. So this is going to be a little confusing area for now. The market could be like, let's see how the market actually opens up, and we will trade in that direction and follow the market. But these are, like, very important levels around here, 1800, and there is a gap here at this level around 1805. So 1800 and 1805 level gap, those are still there, and market could be, like, just heading towards them before falling down, coming back to this level, and then go back up. Right, I know that this can be little deceiving, little confusing. So what we can do is we can go and open the analysis. So this is the previous analysis, and I'm still expecting market to reach this FCP zone. It did fell down, but it never actually reached 1800, and that is usually the case. Like, when the market is nearly reaching the important level, it goes there, falls down, and then goes back up, even crosses that in most of the cases, and then starts to go higher. So this is what we have. So let's have a better analysis. This is the fresh one, and let's go to the daily time frame and reset this. Okay, actually, let's go to the 4-hour time frame because that will show it in a better level, better color. Okay, there are a few things here that I have actually pointed out already. So this is the FCP zone. Remember the 1800 to 1805 level that's covered in this FCP zone, and it has very good confluence of Fibonacci levels here as well in this here. Now, there are a few things that you should be aware of is that there has been a lot of huge selling going on. Huge sell, and huge sell here, which actually pushed the price down really, really high down, right? You cannot ignore it. You must not ignore it because something or somebody is actually selling it heavily. So what we should do is we should be careful of this support zone. It has already been pierced and market can actually fall down into this important level. This is the one I was just talking about. Like, this one is very, very important, and the final target is going to be FCP zone. So how do we trade the gold now? Let's follow this one by one. Okay, so the trading plan for me is going to be something like this. I'm going to wait until I see a clear direction because right now, even though this is looking like an engulfing a strong candle, for me this is still a confusing area because this is simply a consolidation box. Okay, so you do not know what's going to happen unless we see something like this going up. So if I decide to take a day trade or something, I will wait for a breakout from this zone and then I'll look for a long going into this FCP zone. Okay, once the market has reached there, I will get out of my position and then I'll wait for a further signal for the confirmation. Now, there is another thing. The market could straight away go into this supply zone. This is a very good supply zone because the market fell really, really hard from there. So it can reach there once again and then start to tank again. If the market starts to go down, remember this yellow line 1769 is very, very important area. Okay, so if I take a short from here, I will cover my short position here and then I'll wait for this support zone either to act as support again or get violated. If the market violates this support zone to the downside, then I'll look for a short opportunity right into this level of 1755 and then down to 1751 and then down to the next level, which is going to be 1740 or something. So let me show you that. So that's going to be this level, this FCP zone that we have. Okay, we have 200 moving average there as well, so that is. But after that, I will only look for a long position, right? I'm looking for because my bias is still bullish, so I'm going to prefer my long positions. But right now, the structure is telling me that I should be a little cautious about this, especially when DXY is supposed to go higher, right? It's not always mandatory that if the DXY is moving in one direction, then gold will move in another. But you should on smaller time frames, it does matter at times. So if support zone is broken, then I'll look for short position into this 1755, then into 1751, and then 1747 or 43 level or so. So that's my plan. But this level, this support zone has to be broken to the downside for that. And after that, I'll only look for long position and I'll look for all the way to 1800. Okay, so that is what is right there. Now, there is another scenario that can happen if this consolidation is broken out and market goes to this FCP zone, goes to supply zone, and nothing happens, or the market consolidates and then starts to go higher. If this level is broken, this one, which is near about 1788, if that level is broken, then I'm looking for a long position straight into this FCB zone 1800 and 1805. Okay, so that will be from here. Okay, so just to revise again, what is the trading plan? Okay, let me just clean this up. This is a consolidation box. I will wait for the market to break out, and if I decide to take a day trade or short-term trade, I will go and take my partial profit or some profit off at FCP zone. Okay, market may go all the way to supply zone as well. Again, that is also a very good area for a short position, but I'll wait for it. If the market actually starts to go higher and I see a strength in it, then I'll continue to hold it all the way to 1800 FCP zone. Okay, that is the plan. If supply zone is there, and if the market starts to show me a confirmation to the downside, I may decide to go a short all the way down to this level, which is 1769. But that will be it. Okay, I'll wait for this support zone to show its magic. If it starts to show me that it wants to go higher, then I will repeat the same process once again. If it is broken to the downside and if I get a confirmation, then I'll take a short position all the way down to 1755. And if that is also broken, then I'll look for a short position to 1751. If that is broken, then I'll look for a short position into 1747 or 43. Okay, and after that I will look for long position into 1800 FCP zone. So that's my trading plan for this week. Okay, hope you enjoyed this analysis, found this useful. If you did, hit the like button and share it with other traders and trading communities. And in the comment section, let me know what you think about this analysis and trading plan. If you have your own analysis, share it with me and we can discuss that. If you have any questions, let me know. Right, I'll see you in the next one. Have a good time, have a good trading week, and a good trade.